Okay, one more video just to, show you how difficult this vision quest is that I have to deal with. So where am I here? Shots. Okay, so look at the number 23 here, which is attached to the number 24. So in this particular scene, you see the number 42, which is 24 backwards. So this is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. And the answer that they give is the number 42. So the number 42 is a representation of two creators, four elements, right? So like me with life, air, health, and earth. And then Jaden has the other four, which would be spirituality, fire, water, and love. So that's only in her soul, though. I don't think that she has the element time, because that's what would cause the problems with the pregnancy. So she could still have those four elements, which it might create a problem, but I believe they need the element time inside of her to create that black hole, which it's not inside of her, it's inside of me. So, so number 42, that's what that represents. Two creators, four elements. So, what you want to think about is, let's go over here, I guess. I haven't done this one yet. So, I'm just thinking on the fly here. So, what's up? When they don't have the lyrics, man, I'm gonna have to go look for it somewhere else. So, yeah, I think so. 25 years in my life, we're still trying to get up that great big hill of hope. So, the 25 years is metaphorical for two creators, five elements, meaning she would have time and I would have space. So that's what the song What's Up is about. 25 years in my life, we're still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination, meaning we're at Ragnarok, meaning even if she's 24, she doesn't have the element time. She needs that other element, time, which is 25. Two creators, five elements, to allow her to create those black holes. So that's what the song What's Up was about. It was like 25 years of my life is still trying to get that great big hill of hope. So obviously it's a plan for grandmother to, probably trick the kids, let her have that element each time that we do this so that you guys can create that black hole. And then on the 10th life, just take the power away on her so that you can't create the black hole. So now we're looking at this is my son's video, Being Brown, 2012 tour, Ziba. So he says, my sister's name is Monokame, and it means spring. It actually means spring rain. So in the previous videos, I talked about, me working with my stepdaughter like 80% of the time with the expectation that I'll purify her of sin. But, we've gone through the maze, but now when I work with her, we're just a couple adults, working around. So there's her name there, Springs. So if I work with Spring as an adult, silver, meaning Leia could get silver in terms of being the new mother of all creation. So, in the event that, uh, Jaden, is too in love with Sean to let go. However, the stories I've been told, this most recent ones, is that there's been a great big smoke screen by that family, like the seven sisters, to hide the truth that you're actually the creator, Leia. And that all the information I've been blessed with is just smoke and mirrors to throw me up the trail to get me to marry the wrong girl when I should be marrying you. So if we go on that assumption that you're the creator, then Silver Springs means Monokuma would get silver, meaning you would get gold as the creator, mother of all creation. And if you shoot me down because you don't want to marry me, well then Monokuma or Spring would get silver. So that's just an example of how difficult this is trying to find my wife. When I've already made up my mind over here, but the story I've been told is that those are all deception from the evil spirits, and I can't tell, but I thought you deserved to see that story. So I'm going to connect that bench that they're sitting to on there to that bench over here. That number up there and that number there. So there's a pillar here and a pillar here, which is a representation of Leia being a pillar and me being a pillar. Pillar to society. So that's one interpretation. So it can also mean that pillar there is Jaden. She does have the four elements. Therefore, this other pillar is Leia. But you'll notice those pillars, they go all the way down there. So there's one here, one there, one there. So there's like 5 pillars there, which is a representation of the 5 ladies in Sagin. I guess all being blessed with those 4 elements, possibly, in their souls. I don't know. So now when we come back to 23, the 23 is a representation of 2 creators, 3 elements, meaning I got somebody in my soul that needs to get out of there. In order to get them out of there, I have to exercise, lose weight, and become muscular. If that's the case, then I'll be 24. 2 creators, 4 elements. However, whoever is supposed to take that journey with me, when I believe it's Jaden, she has to, do the same, lose weight and gain muscle. Therefore, that number would change to 24. And we'd kick that evil soul out of us, and then we'd have the 24. And then I'm assuming after we bind our souls together, that's when we would get the other 2 elements, time and space. We'd reach that 25. 25 years, we're still trying to reach up that great big hill of hope. So, let's go this one here. So this is my sink here. Okay, so there's a little message here on that toothpaste. So you see the number 24 there? Well, that's a representation of the 2 elements, or 2 creators, 4 elements. But this is a wave. The wave is a representation of electromagnetic energy. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 waves there. 9 if you count them all together. So it's a representation of those all being 8, and then when you count that as one band, there's 9. There's 9 waves there. So again, it's very, very difficult trying to interpret, the information. So if we go back over to here, where did I go? Back on here. And then here, the 23, it can also represent two threes, or 3 times 3, which is 9, giving me all those elements, which matches the toothpaste. Nine, and not 24. So this here is like there's a gate here, right? And then this LOC represents gate lock. So there's some kind of a lock or gate. And if I look at these bottles here, there's 2 bottles. That's a representation of the evil grandfather and my grandfather's spirit. 2 competing guys. The most recent story that they've been trying to get me is that there was a split at the beginning of time, and the grandmother and the grandfather split, and then she made me as a new creator, and that's what that represents. There's the old guy, and there's me, and that's the grandmother creator, and I'm trying to get rid of the guy, I guess, and take his space. That though, that just came at the last moment here, so that's another story for another day. But so clean. That's the gate lock. Which means, so long as I remain, where I'm at right now, fat, overweight, and not too carrying too much sin. Well, I usually get rid of this when I do the running. So long as I'm where I'm at now, it theoretically means that they can't fly their UFOs into here because I'm the black hole at the bottom of the sun, and that black hole is it's carrying sin. So if it's carrying sin, I don't think they can fly their UFOs in here. However, if I run 8 days, do my crunches and exercises, they might be able to fly in here and bring that tape over here with them. So again, I'm torn as to what to do. I mean, the only reason I want to do the running is to lock the gate so they can't come in here. So I want to lock the gate so they can't come in here. So I got to toss the coin here. Do I remain where I'm at now, or do I exercise and try to lock the gate? The spirits were the one that taught me how to do the crunches and exercises. Therefore, because I know they're the ones that try to get me to do the exercises, they want me to open that gate. So I'm not going to exercise. I'm going to, release the book and just stay fat so I could do what needs to be done. Then worry about exercising later. Because if I was to exercise now for 8 days, they might be able to come here in 8 days after the book is released. So I'm just going to roll the dice and, remain fat and hope that the gate stays locked. By, not being clean and pure. Which simply means, eating unhealthy and not exercising. I can't eat healthy anyways, not till I get some money. So it's not like, it's not like it's life-changing. It's just information to show you what I have to put up with, man. So if I had the money to eat clean, vegetables and stuff every day, then I suppose I could, lift the weights, run every day, do everything that needs to be done, and lead a clean life. But seeing as, I got crap to eat, I don't think I can pull that off. So, I'm stuck in a catch-22. What do I do? So, I'm going to decide to run though, because I can't take the chance that, we got all these, what do you call these, these goddamn dumbass robots plus the dumbass kids up above climaxing with, bad dopamine, which could, drain my spirit even more of energy and put him further at the bottom of the black hole and leave their grandfather at the top of the black hole. So I can't allow that to happen. So I'm going to exercise simply because I might be able to lock their, the gate, Stargate, and they won't be able to come in here because they probably have some kind of elaborate plan now to, get everyone, in this goddamn pedophile universe to climax and, infect my spirit even more with sin. And then, the dummies up above climax is infect my spirit even more with sin so that he goes deeper down into the bottom of the hole without me running or exercising to wake him up. So that's how I have to analyze stuff. And to me, that makes sense. So I'm going to go with that. So I am going to run because I want to try to lock that gate.